What's poppin', everybody? What's good? I'm being highly energetic. I'm just gonna just yell at the video so I can capture you guys' attention like those other YouTubers. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be another chill video, y'all. It's been a minute. I've been good. Hopefully you guys have been all right. I've just been so busy with things, especially since after school. I was trying to catch up with a bunch of projects. And also this semester, a bunch of students graduated. It's always a bittersweet moment. I always feel kind of sad to see these students who I've seen grow and help each other, and I've seen them go through ups and downs. They now move on to whatever it is that they're trying to pursue. Some of them are trying to start their own business, work for a game studio, doing biz dev, doing their own thing. It's always bittersweet to see. And as much as I'm excited for the new selection of students to inspire, hopefully, it always makes me a little sad to see people who I consider like friends. Now they're moving on, and I might not see them again, but we still keep in contact. We still keep in touch. I mean, there's social media, but everyone's so busy now. So yeah, I always feel like the one thing art schools do, even though I would say when it comes to art school, you don't need an art school. I'll be the first one to say it. If you can be diligent enough and to be disciplined, you could do a lot of this stuff yourself. And proof of this is there's so many artists out there who are self-sufficient in their own little cave and they make a killing like that. You just have to be very prolific. I do find that it's a little harder when you're not around other people to kind of push and motivate you, but you can do it. You can definitely do it. And one thing that I will say is, what's different from, like, let's say you started like you're under a mentorship program with a group of students, or you go to an art school or some kind of creative like school, whether that's a college or like a private class. The thing that you don't get, and what makes this different from other schools, is you don't get this sense of camaraderie like you would in an art school. So, for example, if you go to a UC and you're studying for, I don't know, biochem, STEM, or whatever that is, you're kind of doing your own thing, right? And you kind of follow along a path. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't think you're as expressive in terms of your output and the work that you put in. But in a creative environment, whether that's music, theater, film, design, that's all you. And you really have to put your heart on your sleeve to show people. And when you're sharing that experience with other like-minded students, now you guys are both growing together and helping each other and pushing each other. And then a couple of years later, when you guys are finally out of that, it's a bittersweet moment because you guys just went through a whole self circle of a journey. I don't really know how to put it into words, but people who've been in these environments can, like, they know what I'm talking about. An example is I taught a Netflix extension program, where the school was given funding from Netflix to give people who didn't have the chance to, let's say, get that type of art education. And uh, it's a very selective process. They select, I think, like, I don't know, it's in like 12 students or something, 13, 14. And they select them out of like the hundreds of applications to kind of give them a shot. And they just give them all the materials that they need. All the materials are free, paint supplies, you need a tablet, whatever. And then the teachers who work in industry and who are experts in these fields, like teach certain parts of this program to potentially propel them with their career. Normally in, I think it's mostly, oh, what is it called again? It's commercial related stuff. So whether you're doing storyboarding, graphic design, motion graphics, VFX, or whatever. So me and the homie Edwin Yushiro, we tag teamed it up. We did the Super Saiyan, what is it called? Fusion dance. We did the fusion dance, and then we taught a sketching intro to sketching and ideation class. So I'm teaching concepts, basics of drawing, teaching basics of perspective, how to do sketch layouts for storyboarding and commercials, just like basic things, right? Thumbnailing. And I remember after that class, the energy with that class was so different because these are all people from different walks of life, from all age groups. And they come together and they're given this opportunity, and they were so helpful towards each other. Like they were always checking in on each other, so encouraging. The energy was so good. And then at the end, I remember their final presentations, and just to see them like go from not knowing how to draw to now they're creating whole compositions from scratch, from like a drawing and an idea to and doing like digital painting. I was like, this is incredible. And they were so supportive of each other. And as they were presenting their work, every time they were presenting their work, I was like, wow. I mean, they're not like, they're not the industry professional, but they're getting there. I was like, holy, this is so sick. And at the end of class, it was so bittersweet. They would tell me how they're really sad about the class ending, and they want to keep in touch, because a lot of them after this class they all have to go their separate ways. They have to pick their path. They can go to motion graphics, or like I think I forgot what the other part was, but just to see that was so like bittersweet, because they were all there going through the struggles of not knowing how to fucking draw circles and how to draw boxes, and now they're how to create their own stories and compositions, and they're helping each other out. And that's something that you don't get in a regular college, right? And I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to say, yeah, you guys should go thousands of dollars in debt to go to school. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like to be in an environment where there's other like-minded people who want to create and show themselves to the world, and you guys are sharing that experience together, and to see each other grow is, you don't get that in other places. You would have to take some kind of like mentorship class, but as regards to just like standard education, maybe you're going into literature or um, engineering or something. It's like, yeah, there's camaraderie there, but it's not the same. It's not the same as like you having this idea that you've had ever since you were a kid, and now you're forging it and you're failing because you don't understand the basics, and now you have to present, and you're being everyone's looking at your work during presentation, and teachers are trying to, they break you down and they build you up, and students are there to also do the same, and there's this constant back and forth, and you go through this cycle of pain, regret, you're not sure of yourself, and then finally you get out of it and you get a little bit better, and then you see your friend also getting better, and they encourage you, they're sharing your work, they're dabbing you up, they're like, man, that shit is tight, dog. And I don't know, man, I miss that. I used to go to a school, it was kind of like Brainstorm before Brainstorm, and that's what I had. It was a really small school taught by industry professionals, and man, I'll have really fond memories of just endless nights of being in front of my desk, in front of a computer screen, and just pulling what little of hair I have, of pulling my hair out, trying to figure out why the fuck isn't this mech environment, like fitting into this environment that I put him under the subway station, this dilapidated cityscape. Like why isn't this working? And it was, anyways. I'm just reminiscing, but yeah. So that's just been that. It's just some food for thought. I want to get into some comments before I talk about anything else, but I'm gonna be more consistent with these. I've just been so backed up with personal projects that I just haven't had the time to do a lot of things. But again, I will try. So first and foremost, Shintase. Shintase, am I saying that right? Hey, first of all, I appreciate everybody for always tuning in. Shintase, you're a real one, man. I remember you. Um, you said you always inspire me, man. Thank you. And then you said, I've been on an art block for a while. As life always go, a lot of weird, stressful situations started happening all at once out of the blue. I think I'm finally getting it all sorted out, but those situations had me on an art block, I think. I could do my art for my job with no problem, but it was hella hard to do art for myself or social media. To make something I found exciting for me and for others. I kept thinking about doing art reels or something to be seen online, or if the art I was making was good enough. All of those thoughts, I think, really mess with my process. I don't know exactly what it is about your videos that get me in the exact mood for drawing or painting. But again, I was able to draw without so much thought. I felt happy and inspired. Your words resonated a lot with me. I too want to leave something here that will inspire someone else. Thank you so much. My dude, Shintase. You're a real one, man. And thank you. Thank you for those really kind words. That is the whole purpose of my videos. I just want to just create a chill environment where people can just do whatever. Maybe you're just playing some video games. Maybe you're just drawing some lines. Um, like right here, right now, what I'm doing is again, let me break this down. I'm drawing Jubilee from X-Men. I love X-Men. I'm gonna do more. Um, and I'm starting with my brush pen. Is it a brush pen? I think, yeah. Yeah. Starting with my inks and then just slowly trying to ghost my lines and not trying to rush it through. But Shintase, I swear I'm saying this wrong. This doesn't sound right. Shintase. But I'm sorry you're going through a lot, man. I hope things are a little bit better. It's been almost like what 2 weeks since I responded to this. My bad, man. My bad. But I'm getting to you now. And the whole art block thing, man. I mean, that shit's real. There are a multitude of reasons. I think the main reason is a mental thing, and if whatever it is going on with your life, that will have like the biggest mental blockage for you, man. Whether that's like personal relationships, maybe family stuff, financial situation, man, all that shit will get in the way. I heard a quote. Um, I heard a quote that said, "The biggest hurdle for artists are distractions," and I don't think that's just talking about social media and video games. I think distractions can also be serious, like life stuff. And there's different levels to it, man. But I just want you to know, like, you're not alone in this. And it does suck. Like that, those feelings are terrible because you feel like you're not getting anywhere, like you're just not making any process in anything, and you go like, man, what's the point? But then next thing you wake up the next day, maybe you watch some like YouTube. Hey, like you said, you watch this and you just get motivated. I'm really happy to hear that. Um, but also, making things for others, like for others to see. You mentioned like making art reels or something to put your name out there or just to be seen. Hey, it's a start, man. Like I think you should just start it. I don't know what the magic formula is, and I honestly don't care for it because at the end of everything that I do, I want to consciously ask myself, like, what is the purpose of this thing? Am I trying to just get views, or am I doing it because I want to get famous? Um, I gotta ask myself this, and it always boils down to me wanting to just provide value for people. Maybe that's just one person. Maybe it's just like two or three people, but it's of something that is of at least of value. Like my words right now. I mean, hopefully somewhat it's resonating with some folks. So just ask yourself that, man. Like if it excites you, if it makes you interested in doing some reels, man, do that shit. There are gonna be people who say like, no, you don't want to do that because A, B, and C. Um, there's no, I don't know. You gotta post reels all the time. But just give it a shot. Give it a shot and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then don't do it. This whole like social media thing, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of like having to do stuff for the sake of the algorithm. And I get that that's how it works, but if it's something that I don't give a fuck about, like I'm not gonna do that shit, man. Just why I'm not gonna post for the sake of fucking posting. Like I'm gonna post for the sake of giving back to people. And then it's for me too, right? So if I feel like I'm not saying anything of value or whatever, then I'm not gonna do it, man. It's okay. Like it's all right. Don't feel like you're behind on anything. Um, but one thing to say is, this goes for everybody, man. You guys gotta like be deluded in your confidence. You have to be. And I tell people this all the time, like especially now, like you can't be so shy about stuff. Um, Everything is biting for people's attention, and the further you wait for things, man, then life is really gonna walk right past you. It's gonna run right past you. So you have to go with it as if like you have this un unfiltered confidence, right? This diluted confidence about yourself. And fuck what people say, man. I mean, they might call you cheesy. They might say like, "Oh, you're not gonna get anywhere." And fuck all that shit. Like, who cares? I mean, maybe not. But at least I tried, right? Maybe at least I tried just to leave something behind. That's why I do this. That's why I play Dungeons and Dragons. This is why I write stories because at least like one person's gonna read it and maybe find some encouragement. Maybe they'll find some kind of inspiration. Like the same way that you guys feel potentially with my videos, if that resonates with you, that's the whole give that I'm talking about. Like I can give this to you just just the word of mouth through the internet, and then you're motivated to do the same. Make your own videos, talk about your experiences, and that's how we relate and connect with each other. You just got to do it, man. Um, if Shintase, if you're ever in a rut, always ask yourself a couple of questions. Are you going through life complications? That is probably the biggest hurdle. Um, I mean, some people. I remember somebody was saying. I remember my teacher would say this comment. I heard him say it, and there was a student who didn't do like great work. Like he just wasn't putting in the effort. It was okay, and the teacher looked at his work and said, "I don't think this is for you." And back then, I thought, "Oh, he's just saying that to kind of test you so you could like push yourself." Maybe he was, but I realize as I get older that maybe That I don't think that's what he meant. I think what he means is anything that you care about, you will put effort into that thing. You will find some way, right? Even though you're going through struggles, like we all go through life problems, at the end of the tunnel, you're going to at least like get back up, pick up that pencil and like do something. You're gonna try. And if you're not that passionate about it, you're probably passionate about something else more that will keep you way up into the night to work on that thing. And maybe that's where your passion is. And I realized that's what my teacher was saying. My mentor was saying, like, well, if you were really like passionate about this, you would be up way into the night, like putting a lot of effort. But it was clear that he wasn't. So he just questioned, like, hey, do you really want to do this? Because maybe something else is better off for you. And maybe it is. Not everybody. I think a lot of people think that they want to do the thing that is really cool. But then once they start it, they realize that it's more than just making pretty drawings or paintings, or it's more than that. There's so much that goes into the creative process, and you have to either figure that out yourself or figure out some other path for that. So I know a lot of students or just a lot of artists in general, like everybody wants to get into concept or they want to get into viz dev. They want to create worlds in video games. And I think most people like the idea of that until they have to start the thing. Then they realize how hard, how difficult it is. But the truth of the matter is that even though it's difficult, you still give effort into it if that's what your passion is. So an animator who's like really bad, but he wants to make animation. He wants to learn and practice. He's going to learn and practice. He's going to practice all the time. But a person who likes animation, who just likes it, they just like the way it looks, maybe they're not as passionate about like learning about animation. So they have to ask themselves, what is it about animation that I like? Maybe it's storytelling. Maybe you should get into writing. Maybe you should get into something else. Voice acting. Maybe you like voice acting more than writing. Like you never know. Your life is going to pivot. You don't know what you're set for at the young right age of like 19, 20 years old or whatever. Because chances are that's going to change. Um, I I always thought I wanted to do concept. Like I could do concept, but I just found it like, man, it's kind of boring. I want to write stories. I want to create stories, and I want to do concept. Like the concept art that I do has to supplement those stories rather than just me pumping shit out for somebody else. They give me a description, and then now I gotta like it's fun. I do like the research part of it, but then I'm like, man, I want to see these characters grow. I want to see them fail. I want to see them do shit because that when I think about stories, it motivates me to draw. It motivates me to paint. But without those stories, I just don't care too much about the piece. So yeah, man. Yeah. Um. Also, let's see who else. People have been saying Dead Meat 96. Hanagram. Whoa, I'm early. Uh, Lay. So much art acts as this collective demonstration of indomitable human spirit. As corny as it is, it inspires me to know so many before me kept going and going. I can never give up because those individuals didn't either. See, that's what I mean, man. They leave something behind and it keeps you going. It could be working out, it could be the Olympics, whatever that shit is. Like, it just keeps you going. That's why we have stories. That's why we talk and we share experiences. And y'all are goated, man. You guys will be all right. Especially now with the advent of all this crazy shit, man. You guys will be okay. But I I just want to say like if something is fun to you in the moment, time is just gonna fly, right? So for me, I love sharing experiences and creating moments with my friends through tabletop RPGs. So I've been getting into a lot of 3D printing and also craft. I also craft my own terrain. So this is like one of the models. I have a resin printer. I also made this like torch for Dungeons and Dragons. It flickers. I gotta like paint it and all that. Soldering this thing was a bitch, but it was a lot of fun. And then I also have this like lantern thing, and you put it like lights in it. But when I think about this stuff and I'm crafting, like, I have so many of this. I just spent the past 2 weeks just writing, crafting, and I get so inspired. I wake up every day thinking about, okay, what can I make? What can I write? Okay, how can I create a better experience for my players? And time just flies, man. Like I haven't even touched video games. That's how fun it is for me. So, and I feel that way when I'm creating worlds, when I'm writing and concepting for stories. It's so much fun for me. So, yeah, and also this is if you guys can see, that's a tree. Now you may think like why is it cut in half? I got to paint this by the way. I got to prime it, but this is XPS foam and then I use a what is it called again? Exacto blade. I cut the sides. I also have a hot wire cutter and I cut this off and I glue the base of the roots. And why is it cut off? Because again, I'm thinking about playability. I'm thinking about a better experience. What good is a tree if my players can't climb on it? So what do? I cut the base, and now the homie is right there casting that divine light. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Right. So that's fun. So that's I'm gonna be painting that while I'm doing artwork. Um, yeah, I've been really enjoying myself. It's so crazy how fast time is flying right now, which is why I'm trying to maximize my time. Cook, craft, write, go to the gym. It's everything I want. I'm really enjoying myself. Um, it's hard to do that again if you're not in the right headspace. If your environment sucks, if you're around toxic people, man, people who don't encourage you, that shit's rough, bro. That shit is rough. You got to change your environment. You got to if even if you can't move, man, you got to go to the fucking library or something. You got to find a meeting group of like-minded people. But anyways, I think that's about it for now. More videos. I'm gonna have I'm gonna make time. I'm not saying like I don't have time. I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna make time. That's what I gotta do because I have time. Sugar Free said same hours as Michael Jackson, but your ass choose to be nobody. God damn. Okay. Oof. All right. Anyways, God, I can make time, so I'm gonna make time. Same hours as Michael Jackson, and your ass chose to be nobody. Shit. Anyways, y'all, keep the light lit. Keep your soul lit. Make sure you fan the flames. Do not give up. Watashi wa no mido. I believe in you. Okay? This is so immersive. Look at that, man. That shit took me forever to make. All right, y'all. I love you guys. Have a good day. Peace.